Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all those that have been watching Canadian Women in Cybersecurity. Welcome to our session on breaking barriers. This is one of the most interesting sessions that I believe from a topic standpoint, because breaking barriers means something different to everyone. If you're watching this and you're just looking at entering cybersecurity, the definition of breaking barriers is different than those that are, let's say, in a junior role looking to move into a senior role. And so our panelists here are from around the world. We have Maleeha, who's here from Pakistan, who is in UK, very important country. And we have Saliha, who is here from Pakistan as well. And we have Johana, who is from Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. So we're going to jump right into this and kick this off. I will start off with Maleeha, and that is, can you tell me what breaking barriers means to you?
Firstly, thank you so very much, and hello everyone,
Hello
assalamu
everyone,
alaikum,
assalamu
and
alaikum,
good
and
morning,
good
good
morning,
afternoon,
good
and good
afternoon,
evening
and good
to
evening
people
to
who
people
are
who
watching
are
from
watching
different time
from
zones.
different time zones.
Um,
Um,
so I
so
think this is
I
one of the
think
most
this is
difficult
one of the
question
most
to
difficult
answer
question
because
to
it
answer because
requires
it
so many
requires so
things that
many
has been
things that has
passed.
been passed.
And to
And
be
to
women in
be women in
cybersecurity
cybersecurity
is
is
has never been
has
easy.
never been
It's
easy.
it's something
It's
that filled
something
with
that
lots of
filled with
challenges.
lots of challenges.
Uh, though
Uh,
while
though
the nature of
while
those
the nature
challenges
of those
has
challenges
been
has
evolved
been
over
evolved
time,
over
but
time, but
it still persists
it still persists
in different form
in
today.
different
So
form
to
today.
answer your
So to answer your
question, if I were to sum it up into two words or just a one line, then breaking barriers means challenging limitations. Whether it's a societal, it's an organizational, or you can say it's a self-imposed. It's about pushing past those challenges to reach to your full potential. It's about stepping into spaces where you are under represented. It's about making your voice heard. It's about creating opportunity not only for yourself but also for others who want to follow you. Um, with due respect, I would like to share my own personal experience, and this is quite interesting. And you would be surprised to know that entering into the technology field wasn't initially my decision. Mehdi, I came from a background which is quite conventional and orthodox, and where very few career options we had. Typically, we had only the options we only have for females are medical and the academics, and they are considered respected and acceptable in the society. So, thinking or pursuing a career outside those paths is almost considered a taboo. So I was very much concerned and uncertain what career to be choose under heavily influenced by the societal. My father, I must say, he's a truly a visionary. He basically encouraged me to explore technology and computer sciences. He said to
Amazing.
me, "This is the future, and the world is shifting. So
Mm.
explore this, and this would lead you to and open doors where nobody is currently right now." So
And we'll unpack that a little bit more, Malia, and I would love to sort of unpack that. I do want to quickly go through some of our other guests here, and I wanted to sort of change the question a little bit to Joanna, and that was, what's one barrier you faced early on in your career that shapes how you lead today?
Okay, I think I'm loving this question right now because for me, breaking barriers means not setting for average. It means
Mm.
making an impact. So this concept comes from my first mentor during my internships because I remember I asked him for a career advice. I love career advice, by the way. I am thinking that we don't need to go and reinvent the wheel if someone have a similar situation. So to this end, basically he said that people will have more opportunities to create an impact in the society, making something different. But how we can break barriers, right? Because it sounds something broad. Is huge, right? Is a terminology that you can say, okay, for me have a meaning, but maybe for my colleagues have another meaning. So I'm trying to have my own blueprint on how breaking barriers across all the domains of my life. And this is about have three main principles. The first one is you need to stay curious and you need to stay hungry and foolish. The second one is stay open to new opportunities. You never know when something very good is coming to you. And the third one is taking risk because even when there is a trade-off, these elements can come all together and allow you to make something better than the average.
With a show of hands, and Saliha, we're going to get to you in just a moment, but with a show of hands, because you are from the different part of the world, and I just conducted a session which talked about something interesting that our Canadian viewers, especially, or North American viewers, as we have quite a bit of on, DEI or barriers that we have in Canada are very different, or some of them are very different than the barriers we have in, for example, the Middle East or even India or Pakistan. One of the barriers women face in Canada here is men. Really, at the end of the day, is men not being open and receptive to women entering the field or having stereotypes, et cetera, et cetera. And from what I know, when it comes to the Middle East and parts of Asia right now, cybersecurity is completely looked at it differently. It's like, hey, women, come in. We need your help. Is that, with a show of hands, is that true? Or and if you don't raise your hand, I'm going to ask you why. But with a show of hands, is that true that the Middle East and Asia is a lot more receptive from a man standpoint on cybersecurity when it comes to women? No? Yes? No one put their hand up. I love it. This is going to create
Half
some.
and half.
Please, half. Salia, why did you not put your hand up?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Mahdi. And I would say it's not about the North America and America. The situation is every part of the world, and I have experienced my a decade of experience in a Pakistan and a different part of the world to support the clients. And I must say that's a very tough pill to swallow. I would say when it comes to the women in any kind of the technological teams. So I still remember a time when I was a very new in my field. I have started my career as an IT engineer, and after some time, I move into the cybersecurity world. But I still remember a time when I was the only woman in the room, and and most of the time I had to work twice as a hard just to prove that I belong to this group. Right, so that situation is all over the world. I would say it's not about the specific country. So
Country.
it feels like I had to speak louder or know more just to be taken seriously. So the situation is everywhere, and that this challenge has led me here today. So make sure that everyone on my team feels heard and valued, no matter their background or experience or the level. Whenever I do work with the different teams, I always make sure they, regardless of their gender, regardless of their background, they always heard and valued. So I think this is that's not only for the cybersecurity or every technical field. We have to work in a way.
And Maleeha, I want to take this to you, and I know you didn't put your hand up as well, so I'm going to shape this question a little bit differently. And you're a director in a pretty large organization in Pakistan, and giving not just the male issue, but just general issues as well, because this is open to everyone as well. Can you share initiative that you're most proud of within your career in cybersecurity, and how did it define you in breaking those barriers?
Um, your voice was breaking up, so can you please repeat the last lines of your question?
Sure, absolutely. And this is the beauty of being live, and this is the beauty of speaking to people from all over the world. Let me try this again. And that is, can you share an initiative that you led, that you're most proud of, that has defined you or has really showed you how, and other people, how they can break barriers?
All right. So, with the definition of breaking barriers, um, I truly believe that breaking barrier doesn't mean your personal achievements. It's basically a collaborative effort. The decision I took to enter into the cybersecurity field was not only for me. I was very clear in my mission that I'm not forging a future for myself only, but also for other girls in my family, in my society, in my community, and beyond that. So when it's come to cybersecurity specifically, and you say breaking barriers, this means you start letting people understand that skills and knowledge are not based on gender, your convention, or any other biases. So for that, the initiative I took is to come into the mentorship so that I can guide and help other girls out there who don't know where to start with. So this is a thing one art. So besides my professional career, I'm working for a bank as a and leading the department. But having said that, I'm always available for females. I've been part of ISACA Shili Tech program for about like it's more like 7 to 8 years now, and I'm readily available for any female out there here in Pakistan and across the globe. I'm available on LinkedIn. Anybody comes in and asks me where to start off with, what are the certification we start with, and what are the things we should take to enter into the field. So I always try to be available for them.
Amazing. And Joanna, I'm going to take this to the OT side because I know that's your expertise and in that world. And it's not often you come across a lot of women, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the OT space. You see a lot in multiple other spaces. I find OT, with that stat that's out there, there's only 20-30% of women. OT is probably even lower, or maybe I'm wrong. And in the Middle East, it's different. But Joanna, what advice would you give to women that are looking at the OT space? What are some special skills that women possess when it comes to OT that is unique? And how can women break the barrier and enter the OT space? So I know there's three questions. Hopefully you can give me all three.
No problem. I will try to structure your question. But first of all, I want to go back with something that say Maleeha. And I'm feeling like her before a lot of time here in this region. I'm the only woman in the meeting room, and the only woman part of the project, and the only woman part of the team. However, I try to see this as an opportunity, and I think it's time to lead a change, right? Because as you say, it's not usual, but we need to try to bridge the lag in women in cybersecurity, especially in the OT environment, because we can be able to provide more soft skills. Naturally, we can communicate in a better manner. So it's a matter of take advantage of the challenge. And on the flip side, I start thinking like there is an opportunity to make a change and to build a global community. Then, in relation in how to start a journey in OT cybersecurity, I think the first thing that you need is passion. You need to want it. You need to stay happy with the decision, and then start looking for opportunities. I think the OT cybersecurity is a unique work. However, you need to understand the operations environment. Secondly, I will recommend go for the foundations. There are a lot of regulations, standards where you can learn. And the third one is try to keep yourself innovative, right? Try to apply in the similar IT best practices in the OT world. And what I mean with this is, well, you can adjust the best practices into the OT world. We can address as well the business requirements. So it's a matter of create value across the technical, soft skills, and as well innovations domains.
Right, we're going to jump into, we have about 13 minutes left, and there's a bunch of questions I want to get to that I really wanted to get to. So what we're going to do is something a little bit different that I did not have planned. But you know, you got to sometimes work with what you have to do in cybersecurity, right? I'm going to ask you all a series of questions. I'm hoping that you can keep it to 20 seconds. And the reason why is I want you to think about it and then answer it as short as possible so that the viewers, A, can get as many questions answered here, and B, it could just be high impact, and then I can get to a bunch of questions in 13 minutes. So here we go. You ready? They're going to come fast. I will let you know. So Saliha, I'm going to start with you. What is one lesson you've learned from mentoring someone?
The best lesson, I must say, so while mentoring anyone, just adaptability, I must say. uh, I mean, the things and the technology, especially in the cybersecurity, things are gradually changing in a very fast pace. So while mentoring someone, just to make in a mind to shape the future, and that I mean, lead the way, that setting the new standards and creating the space where innovation and inclusivity thrive. So in that way, you can shape the future and mentor the person, that they are the people of the coming future, right? So
Amazing.
that's how I would say.
Okay, good. And that was beyond 30 seconds, but I'm going to let that one go because
Yeah.
that answer was
I was
awesome.
thinking.
This one's going to go back to Johana, and then Maleeha, I'm going to go to you. And Johana, this is someone that we know very well, a very good friend of ours, Shelly, who connected us. But she has a question, and it's actually a very important question. Where have you found the unexpected allies? So those that help support you, where have you found them that was unexpected? You're like, wait a minute, how did that happen?
I will say this is aligned with my blueprint, and always try to do something different, and in case of doubt, in case of fear, just go for it. That's it.
I love it. Love it. Next one from Maleeha. And I know you talked about you're doing a lot of mentoring and there's some great work that you're doing. I want to flip this upside down on you. And what is one lesson you've learned being mentored in cybersecurity?
Lesson learned. Lesson
Yeah,
learned.
lesson learned for you.
Come
Yeah.
again, please.
Yeah, being mentored.
Lesson learned for me. You know, in this field, you've been come across number of incidents and all that. So if I had to define myself into a word, that is perseverance. In every time, I think these two attributes. If you have these two attributes, so you can turn any challenge and any obstacle into opportunity. So this is the lesson learned in my life, that never quit, be stay, and focus on your goals. As you cannot achieve a longer goal all at once, but define, achieve them, and then you will eventually reach to the destination.
Love it. All right, here's the next question, and this is back to you, Salia. And that is, and actually, this is going to be for all three of you. And so I want you to think about it and like very short as possible. As you can see, these questions are coming in fast and hard. What's one myth about women in cybersecurity you wish would disappear? One myth that you wish would disappear. Salia?
she can't do technical things.
Love it.
This
You hear
that,
that?
that's a myth that I hear very often. I think
Okay.
it
Johana?
shouldn't.
Yeah, she can't do technical things, Johana?
We can lead very well
Ooh, good one. Maleeha?
because I think we can lead better.
Women
Of
cannot be
course.
on a
You know
leadership
what? I
role.
agree with you 1000%. Maleeha?
A woman cannot be on in leadership role. So I have proved it wrong.
You have proved it wrong. You are, and can you tell just for the viewers very quickly, what role are you in? And actually, and one more thing, what is the biggest challenge that you face today? Right now, on May the 14th, what is the number one biggest challenge from an advice standpoint to those listening? And just if you can sum it up very quickly, please.
It's people still don't believe that a woman can basically in leadership roles. We are still facing the same issue. Earlier, we had very different issues. We have very scarcity of opportunities for females in cybersecurity. But now, I don't know. It's always has a flip side. You find people very supportive and encouraging, but at the same times, I have seen, and I have to step down in competitions bias. Because of the stereotyping, you need to stand and making your voice heard.
Okay.
I remember. Let me please share one of my experience. This is quite interesting. 10 years back, there going to be a conference, which is cybersecurity first Asia Pacific conference by ISACA, and I was the only female from Pakistan who has rode a cybersecurity conference, and this was because I was eliminated as a trainer from the community. So, as a revenge, I wrote down a conference paper and proved myself. So, we are still facing the same thing. In a current role, I am having a governance department in a bank, in a commercial bank. And beside that, I'm also part of advisor in a company, a
Amazing.
consulting company.
Amazing.
And
So,
I'm very proud to say that I'm the first person in my country, first female accredited trainer for CISA, CSAM 27001 lead auditor, lead implementer.
wow.
I have written down.
Congratulations.
I've been a subject matter expert for ISACA certification programs, and soon I set first
It's amazing.
to be accredited trainer for AI specific certification.
Okay, so we have 6 minutes left, Maleeha, and you're going over on the number of words that you're using. So I'm going to ask everyone again to crunch this down because I really want to ask this question and I want to move on because we got 6 minutes left and I got about 12 questions that are really interesting questions that I wanted to gather from all of you that I'm hoping can show about breaking barriers. So I'm going to ask this question to Saliha, and then Johana and Maleeha, I'm going to ask you the exact same questions, and I would love to hear something else on this. If you could design a cybersecurity course for young girls, if you could design a cybersecurity course for young girls, what would the first lesson be? Just one sentence, whatever that first lesson, when you open the book, what would that first lesson be? One sentence, please, Saliha. Go ahead. What would it be?
It would be don't wait for the permission and just start exploring.
Love it. Johana?
Communication skills.
Oh, I love it. Maleeha?
Again, communication skills and integrity, because being honest is very important.
Good. All right. On to the next one. In one word, what do women bring to cybersecurity that's often overlooked? I'm going to start off with Johana first. What's one word that women bring to cybersecurity that's often overlooked?
Confident.
Oh, love it. Salia,
Persistence, I would say.
persistence, and Maleeha.
Resilience, multitasking, they are good.
Got it. Okay. So here we go. Here's the next question here. And this one, I would love to hear one or two sentences on, and then we can move on to the next one. What's something you've learned from another woman in cybersecurity that changed your perspective? Saliha?
Yeah, from my experience, I've learned that to motivate each other and normalize to seeing women in every role, from entry level to CISO, CTOs, everyone. So I think normalize these things.
Okay. Joanna?
Demonstrate how much we know through actions.
How much do we know through your actions? And Maleeha?
Emotional intelligence. This is
Ooh.
one thing which is very much needed because women are emotional. So dealing it the right way can definitely bring productivity.
So if you weren't in cybersecurity, for all of you, what would you be doing and why? Joanna, if you weren't in cybersecurity right now, you could pick anything else. What would you be doing and why?
I think research on marketing, something like that.
Research on marketing. And why research and marketing? Is it just
I would try to innovate something new. I would try to have my own business. And I'm thinking actually I can combine these two perspectives with cybersecurity as well, right? Why not?
why not? Well, creativity comes with cybersecurity, I think. I think some of the most creative people are some of the most interesting people when it comes to cybersecurity. Saliha, what about you? If you weren't in cybersecurity, what would you be doing and why?
That would be, I think, I must be in academic sides
So on the
because that
education side,
will,
you'd be a
yeah,
professor or a
education.
teacher or something.
Yeah, yeah, just to explore new things, discuss the things with others, and that's how you experience the new things to learn.
Okay, so I got 2 more minutes left. And Maleeha, I'm going to start off with you. And these are our final statements here. So remember, we have 2 more minutes left. And it's a final question for you. And keeping breaking barriers in mind, keeping all this conversation in mind, what would you tell your younger self before entering this field? If you can go back to the first day you started in cybersecurity, what advice would you tell yourself? Maleeha?
That's a very tricky question.
I know.
Emotional intelligence. This is one of the things which I think I learned very later in my life. I make a lot of mistakes because of being emotional.
Emotional intelligence. I love that. Salia?
That would be don't hesitate and take a challenge.
Don't hesitate and take a challenge. That's it's probably one of the most powerful advices anyone could give to anyone. And Joanna?
I would say let's keep pushing forward. You are good, but not enough.
Oh, beautiful. This was amazing. This was I was hoping to kind of keep this conversation lighthearted and motivational, really, and hear from women from around the world and what they experience and how we all think alike. Everything that I've asked you are questions that even as a guy, you sometimes think of and you go, wait a minute, that's exactly how I feel. I would tell my younger self emotional intelligence. I would tell my younger self, you're better than this. You can do better than this, and keep going. So these are just general things that we all feel, and so breaking barriers to me has been just to end off is just being a better version of yourself every day. Every day, you're the oldest and the youngest you will be today. And then tomorrow you wake up in the morning and yesterday was the youngest you will be. So you only have a little bit of time in this beautiful world that we live in. I appreciate everyone for their time here. Saliha, thank you for joining us at this late hour. Maleeha, thank you as well for your profound information. I wish we had more time to hear a little bit about more of your journey. Hopefully we'll have you back. And Joanna in the beautiful Abu Dhabi, thank you again for joining us at this late hour. I appreciate you all. And we look forward to seeing you soon in the future. Thank you very much for the viewers as well. And please wait for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mahdi and all ladies. That was a wonderful session with all of you.